Shout out to Dope Ideas Media, Hank Nation, and Plug City.
Let me check my schedule.
Welcome to Plug City. This is June and Hank's format. I want you to introduce yourself, though. That's what we let.
Christine.
Christine, where you from?
Pontiac, Michigan.
All right, so Christine is from Pontiac, and what do you do?
Well, right now I have a podcast called From Trial to Testimony. I also cook. I have my catering business called Donna's Home Kitchen. I have a nonprofit called Spirit, Soul, and Bodies, 501c3, and I have 2 books out.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So let's just break this thing down. Podcast. All right.
Okay.
Where can we find this podcast?
On YouTube, just type in my name, Christine Gulley, and on Facebook, From Trial to Testimony. Also on Total Entertainment Radio page on Facebook.
Okay, so is it just you on the podcast? Or do you have any co-hosts? Or
I don't have a co-host. It's just me. I interview other people.
Okay.
I have a lot of people just come on and we just talk about whatever they want to talk about. Or
Okay.
whatever subjects we come up with.
All right, so what kind of people are you interviewing? Just anybody, celebrities, locals?
I wish I could interview some celebrities. But I lately
So
I've been
this is Plug City. So if a celebrity is out there and want to get in touch with you to get on your podcast, what do they need to do?
just inbox me or call me. Inbox me on my
There we go.
page, Christine Gulley, or From Trial to Testimony page, or call me at 248-660-8661.
Oh, okay, so you from Pontiac. Have you had Mac on your podcast yet?
Yes.
Okay.
It was so funny.
I definitely got to watch that one.
It was so funny.
What about Will? Will been on there?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I heard he's.
Some people ask Mac Myron is a celebrity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on my from Men versus Women podcast, and he was hilarious.
Men versus women.
Yes, he was crazy on there. He was. It
So
was funny.
what was that about? Just
Oh my God, it was crazy. It was our views versus men's views. And Myra just kept telling, saying, he wished bitches just shut the fuck up.
that's Mac.
It was so funny. Yep. It
So
was fun.
how often does your podcast show?
Every Wednesday
Every Wednesday. What time?
at 4 o'clock.
I would definitely be checking out. And for those that are paying attention to this, make sure you go check this podcast out. 'Cause,
Every Wednesday at 4. And then on Sundays at 6 o'clock, it airs on Total Entertainment Radio.
okay. Now, is that an app, Total Entertainment, or?
Yep, that's an app. And I would have to just send y'all the link so that you can listen to it.
Okay.
Put it at the bottom of the video.
Okay. So what do you guys discuss on the podcast?
Lately, I've been doing interviews with local business owners, and before that, and I want to get back into it. We would do subjects like rape, domestic violence, anything. We talked about COVID.
Oh, really?
Anything. There's no limit. It's just raw and uncut.
Right.
Like, I just wanted to create a space for people to talk in a safe, unjudgmental atmosphere. Like, I know how it feels not to have a voice.
Mhm.
So when I found mine, I wanted to make sure that I made a platform so that other people could find theirs too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You mentioned you also had a non-profit
Yeah.
organization. What's that organization there?
So it's called Spirit, Soul, and Body, and I set it up to help rape victims, domestic violence victims, pregnant teens, and homeless individuals.
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. So if they wanted to reach out to you about this for help, how do they get in touch with your organization? It's Plug City. We got to plug everything.
That number, you can call me at 248-340-3254.
Now, she put her number out there, so say it again. So
248-340-3254.
and everything is confidential. You'll be able to talk to someone
Everything is
without
confidential.
worrying about your business being put out.
Yes.
So yeah, that's dope. That's really dope.
Yeah.
So when did you start doing this?
I started Spirit, Soul, and Body in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah, a long time. It was my mom's. It was a ministry at first,
Mm-hmm.
but my mom died in '03, and she had it called. It was called Spirits on the Body then. So, and she always wanted to make it a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to go ahead and do the work, get the 501c3, and get it done.
You know what's scary about that, in my opinion, when it comes to an organization like that? But not enough women speak out when they have those experiences. They usually
Really
tuck it
though.
in. They don't say anything. They think it's normal, or they think they shouldn't say anything because they don't want to start trouble. Have
Yeah.
you heard all? I'm sure
I
you've
know.
heard
I've
all
done it.
this.
I've been raped. I've been molested. I've been abused. So I know, but every time I spoke out, I sent people to jail. I spoke out, and I never. I'm understanding more and more as I talk to people why
Mm-hmm.
they don't speak out, because going through the justice system, it was horrible. I was treated like I was the one that did something wrong, and it's scary. I got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
backlash. A lot of people wanted to hurt me. I got a lot of death threats. I would go out to the mall. A lot of people would try to fight me. All type of stuff. It's scary speaking out. It's not
Wow.
an easy thing at all.
So, were you younger or was this?
I was like 24 years old.
Oh
I
wow.
was molested when I was little, like when I was 12,
Mm-hmm.
by both sides of my family. Like just touched for like a long time. So I know violation very well.
So at 24, was it hard to come? Was it hard to come out, or you was like, I've been touched in the past, so fuck this, I'm not taking it no more. And at 24, you just came out
I
and
just knew I needed to come. I knew after it happened. I went to the police as soon as he left. I went. It's like I didn't waste no time at all. I didn't take a shower. I didn't do anything because I, in my mind, it was like I just knew I had to. So I can get the rape kit done. So all the evidence could still be on my body, all of that. So it was scary. It was like it was unreal. I felt like I mean, it was like a dream.
was this somebody you knew, or was it like?
Yeah, but it was definitely somebody I knew. And he held me hostage for 10 hours, raped me 3 times. Well, penetrated me 4 times because he put his fingers in me. So, um, yeah. So less than 10 hours.
Oh
10 hours of
wow.
torture, getting beat up,
It's
yelled
terrible.
at, held at knife point. It was crazy. It was crazy.
And I met you a few times, and you don't come off as that. You let me in your home. You didn't know
Yeah.
me and everything. So
Yeah, because that's very important to talk about because I since I know Mac and I know Will and Binks and they're good guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for me when I meet a man and if I'm cool with a man, that says a lot about that man because I have been violated so much by men. So it takes me a long time to really get to trust a man. So once I do, if Max say, you know, I'm bringing in Tyrone, Kevin, and Tyrone Anthony, and they coming because it's Mac, and I know Mac is not gonna put me in a position to hurt me or you know what I'm saying. So I can trust him. Like I fully trust him. So
Nice.
that's why.
yeah, you strong. I could tell. 'Cause
Yeah,
like I said, you don't look like what you've been through.
yeah,
You know, to be held hostage for 10 hours,
yeah. It was
that's
torture.
mind blowing.
I had I'm still in counseling. I make sure because I suffer from bipolar disorder and PTSD, so I make sure I stay in my counseling and watch my surroundings. You know, people I hang around because I don't want to be re-triggered or nothing like that. And I pray. I have a strong faith in God. I'm a preacher's kid. I used to preach years ago. Um, that's what keeps me going. My kids. And I refuse. I tell people all the time, if I've been raped, if I've been molested and homeless and lost my mom and all type of stuff I've been through, and I don't do anything, I don't like create something from it, then I went through it for no reason. Like I had to start a podcast, I had to write a book, I had to start cooking, I had to do something to make it, because I'm worth it. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna put you on the spot here,
Okay.
lady. Contact for those that's listening. A rape victim. First thing they should do is what? If they,
Tell. Please. Tell, because if you don't tell, then they get away with it and they do it to somebody else. That's somebody else's life put it. And then you deserve justice. You deserve that justice. It's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy. I know, but then seek counseling. Make sure you seek counseling because being raped is like walking around dead. And I ain't never been dead, so I really don't know. But that's the closest thing that I can explain it because everything that's in good on the inside of you is like taken out of you when you're raped, like literally. So, tell first, and then seek counseling. There's nothing wrong with counseling. I don't know what's wrong with the black community
Well,
that we can't seek
when
counseling.
people hear the word counseling and
It's-
needing counseling, they automatically get defensive and say, "Oh, ain't nothing
Yeah,
wrong
they
with me."
do.
And there's nothing wrong with
Nothing
seeking
wrong with
counseling.
it. It has helped me tremendously. If it wasn't for counseling, I don't know where I would be jacked up.
But you know what's crazy? We seek counsel. We seek it with our friends. We tell our friends. We tell Facebook. We tell Instagram our business. But we won't sit down and talk to nobody professional
Yeah.
because we don't need help.
Hmm.
When you're reaching out to your friends and stuff, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So let's just dispel that myth that counseling, if for something is not for you, it's counseling. Everybody can use counseling.
Yes, everybody can use some counseling. And sometimes you might need to pop a pill or two, like a antidepressant. Ain't nothing wrong with taking the medication. I take a shot once a month.
Prescribed medication. Let's
Prescribed
get that.
medication,
We
yes.
don't want
from
you
the
popping no
doctor.
pills. Just
And don't abuse the medication
Yeah.
that you're prescribed.
we don't want you to buy no pills from Nook because he got them.
Please don't. Please don't. But I take a shot once a month and it keeps me balanced. Like bipolar and mental illness is very, very common. And there's nothing wrong with it. You're not crazy. You're going through something in your mind.
How would they know? Is there any signs that they can look for?
Heck yeah. When you know when you're bipolar or you're going through or schizophrenic people, they have hallucinations and hear people talking to them and stuff like that. I know for me, bipolar, your highs are real high, like you're manic. You always just want to go, 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 go. And then when you're down, you're down. Like I'm talking about 2 weeks in the bed. Don't want to get up. Don't want to take a shower. Don't want to do the stuff like that you were supposed to do. Being irresponsible, having money, know you got to pay the rent, but you're going out getting drunk with the money all the time. All that type of stuff. Like something's wrong. It's not normal behavior at all.
All right. So you've mentioned that you're also an author
Yeah.
and you've written 2 books.
Yeah.
What are the books?
The first one is called From Trial to Testimony. That's where From Trial to Testimony podcast came from because the book was the first time I found my voice. And that's sold at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and a few other websites that I don't know of. But it's distributed all over. And then the second book is called My House Should Be Called a House of Prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first book is about my life. It's been a life, okay? And then the second one is called My House Should Be Called a House of Prayer. It talks about the how church is supposed to be set up and the church hurt that I endured. And that one right now is actually being published by TBN, the biggest Christian network in the world. So that's in publishing right now. So that'll be out in 6 months. That's what I'm excited. That's my big. I'm excited about that one.
Okay, so
I say, can you go in and explain a little more about the book?
About My House Should Be Called a House of Prayer?
Yeah.
It's about because I was brought up in church and I love the Bible. I love me some Jesus. I can be ghetto, but I love me some Jesus. Okay, and the way that the Bible was, the things that the Bible says, and the things that go on in the church, a lot of times don't add up. And I feel like a lot of people run from the Bible, but they mostly run from it because of what's going on in the church. And because it don't add up. It's not the same. Like you teaching me this, but you acting like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like how we do our kids. Teaching them kids stuff, don't smoke, don't drink and stuff, but we just out here partying, having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, and then the things that they do, like if I come into your house and I'm acting a fool, you're gonna kick me out, right? But if you go into the church and act a fool, they excuse it and they let it go on and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I've seen a lot of people hurt by it. I've been hurt by it. So and the one time, it's called My House Should Be Called a House of Prayer because the one time that Jesus did go into the temple, which is the church back in the day, he acted a fool in the church. He flipped over the tables and stuff because of the things that they were doing in the church. So if Jesus could do it, why can't we do it? Why can't we take people out of the church that's causing confusion inside the church so people can actually go and get what they need from the body of Christ?
right.
That's important to me. Very, very, very important to me. I'm very passionate about it. So They loved my transcript, so I'm excited. I'm so excited.
So we want to look for these books. Where can we find them?
Um, the first one is at Amazon and and you can get it from Barnes and Noble. The second one, I'm not sure where that one's going to be sold at yet because it's not out yet.
Okay.
So I will let you know though.
Okay, so the first book is about.
My life.
Okay, so your life from when you were a kid till now, or
No, I gotta work on. I gotta work on part two because I thought the first one was bad, but I talked about the death of my mom, what I went through after that, the rape, the abuse. It was like from trial. Then the testimony was I got married. I'm divorced now. That's why I got to be part two.
Okay.
But and all the stuff I did, I can't believe all the stuff I did. I used to be something else, like a church girl, and I was always an outgoing kid, but I would have never imagined that some of the stuff I've done that I would have done.
Were you a bad kid?
I wouldn't say I was a bad kid. I was a kid longing for attention. I was being molested, and I didn't know. I didn't know what I was feeling at that time. And that's another thing. Like, we need to start educating people on depression and what it feels like and all that kind of stuff because I didn't know what I was going through when I was a kid. I just was very sneaky. And I was doing stuff to get attention. Like, I wasn't the type that threw the rock and hit my hand. I was the type that threw the rock and say, yeah, it was me. And what? So, just wanted attention. I'm still like that.
So there's a lot of people. We're going to flip back over to the book and the writing. There's a lot of people out there like myself who are writers that don't write because they don't know how to get anything published. Is it a hard process, or and if you don't mind talking about it, what are some of the things they can do to get their works published?
Well, my first book I did self-publishing through Lulu.com, and that was cheap. But I mean, as long as you have somebody to help you edit, and that's the biggest thing. Somebody to help you edit.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing to do. You can do that by yourself. As long as you might need somebody to teach you how to do a little programming or whatever, which I will help for a small fee. And and then the other one, I honestly was praying, and God told me to send that book to TBN. I was like, TBN, please. They're not going to look at my work. And they did. Don't sell yourself short.
Right.
For real. You never know. There's a lot of people out here looking for books. And don't let nobody run, because a lot of people, they be charging too much. Like, people charge to edit a book a lot of money, depending on how long the book is. But some stuff you could do for cheap. Real cheap. All my businesses, I've done everything by myself.
There's a lot of myths out there when it comes to how difficult it is to get stuff published, how difficult it is to start a business, how difficult it is.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people that think it's a hassle.
Yeah, and I started like my nonprofit. It would have cost me $900 to $1,200 for somebody to do that for me. So I went to the library and I sat my ass down and I studied for 2 years, and I studied. And I did that by myself. And people told me I wasn't going to be able to do it. They said it's going to take 6 months to get the 501c3. I got that 501c3 done and got it back in 2 weeks. Don't listen to other people. You got to do it for yourself. Read.
Go to the library.
Please.
Go to the library. Pick up a book.
Pick up a book.
Googles.
And
you can Google if you don't want to pick up a
everything.
book. Yeah, you can also
If Google
Google.
was, do you know how much I would have been a straight A student if we had Google back in the day like we do now?
I got all this on Googles.
For real? For real?
On Google.
Google,
See?
YouTube University.
Yep.
Just
YouTube University.
YouTube
Yes, for real.
we are proud students of YouTube University.
Yes. There's a lot of people that give you free advice. Like, listen to it. It's not hard. It's not hard to start a business, and it's not hard to write a book. It's not hard at all. And I guess it depends on what you feel hard is. It wasn't hard for me.
I mean, I might say if you can't write, it's hard.
Yeah.
You got to be able to write.
Story in a half a paragraph. I don't know about some of y'all, but
you got to be able to write creative. Have a creative pen. But yeah, other than that, you can get something published.
Yeah, for real.
So, you have two books. Will there be a? You just mentioned there'll be
There
a
will be
part two.
a third,
Or
fourth,
it'll be a.
fifth, sixth,
Oh, you're gonna
seventh
keep
book.
on writing, putting them out
Yes,
there.
I'm not done. The third book is going to be crazy because Lord have mercy. When I was in my marriage, I started doing everything: cocaine, Molly, e-pills, mushrooms, like in and out of common ground. Tried to kill myself, all type of stuff, like stuff I would have never thought I would have done, like crazy. I
Was
was
that
going,
stuff because of your marriage, or it was just something you wanted
yes,
to
I was
try?
going crazy. I had learned because I'm very, very independent. Okay, and so the pastor at the time, he was like, I can't get y'all can't get married because you're too independent and you need to learn how to submit. I said, okay. But what nobody told me was that you can still be independent and submit. You don't have to be so submissive to
Right.
the point that you lose yourself. And that's exactly what I did. So I was no longer me anymore. I was very depressed. And it was just like, a drug. Let me try a drug. And I started doing Molly first.
Great time, great time.
And that was, ooh, I had fun off Molly.
Great
Don't
time.
try Molly.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, we
But
can't make
that
it seem
fun,
like it's a good thing,
that
y'all.
fun ended when it was in a 4-day psychosis. Like 4 days, I could not sleep at all. I was high as shit.
Wow.
I was high. My sister came up to me and yanked me like, Christine, what is wrong with you? Like, snap out of it. And I promised her I would never do it again. And I did it until the one day I wanted some. I wanted some more Molly. Like months later, and then the dude was like, "All I have is white girl." And I said, "Well, what is white girl?"
Oh
And my
no.
cousin started crying like, "Please don't try it." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna try it." I was high as shit. I was so high.
Man.
It was crazy. And then the one time I tried to do, I remember that July 17th of 2017, I tried an e-pill because I wanted it to kill me. So I did like 2 or 3 of them. And I woke up so high and so horny. It was ridiculous. My eyes were like, my pupils were dilated. I was so horny. I wanted to have sex with myself. It was terrible. I called my
I've
pastor. I
been
said,
there.
"Look, I did some drugs, and I wanted to die." He said, "Get up to this church right now." So I went up there and he prayed for me, and I got myself. It was
You went to
crazy.
the church horny?
I was horny as hell.
Sometimes you gotta rebuke that, man.
You gotta pray that thing off of
You
you,
gotta
honey, because that was
rebuke that
not.
sometime, man. Yeah.
That's not no horny you want to be, honey. Whole body was hurting. Terrible. But yeah, I was wilding. I was.
So how did the drug use stop, or are you still participating here in it?
I stopped it because one day I was doing some cocaine. That was 2018. It was 2018 because I moved in my house in 2019. So 2018 I had did some cocaine. Thought it was cocaine, and when I woke up, somebody's fingers was in my vagina, and it turns out it was actually heroin that I was snorting
Oh
up.
wow.
So and I was throwing up everywhere. I have not seen or heard from that man to this day. I tried to call him and everything because I wanted to. Yeah, I wanted to report it. I can't find him. I don't know where
Wow.
he at. He just kind of disappeared on me.
You could have OD'd
I
because
could have. Oh, I could have.
you can
Yes.
do more cocaine than heroin without.
I
Yeah.
could have died.
Wow.
I could have died.
And don't heroin get you like instantly hooked, right? Or
That's what they say, but
Yeah,
thank
your
God for
body
Jesus. I
develops,
tell you, I think that's why I love me some Jesus. I know, I know. So many times I should have been dead. That definitely could have killed me. That should have been the
Yeah.
end for me because I did a lot.
Now you mentioned Common Ground. Common Ground is a place where you can go. It's in Pontiac. Um, I know about it because I just know about it. Explain to the people out there what Common Ground is, and you can actually, if you need to go to Common Ground, just go up there. You don't have to make an
Yep.
appointment. Just go. They'll have you
Yep.
fill out a paper, and just go. But explain to the people what Common Ground is.
It's a place to help you out with mental illness when you're battling with mental illness. When you like for me, I went and they help you do things like
Oakland County residents for that.
yeah.
So let me.
And then you can also call 1-800 numbers and 1-800 Common Ground number,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll tell you like in your area where the mental facilities are. And when we say mental, don't let that word scare you because it's like people get so scared of that. Because I know I used to be like mental illness. I got bipolar disorder. Like what? But I went there. I ain't gonna lie. They treat you right. You do a lot of art activities, and they teach you how to come out like use your mind in a positive way, as opposed to because when you battle with mental illness, your mind fights against itself. It's like
Right.
it's a battle, but they help you. They make sure you get the meds you need. You don't have to take the meds unless like you're ordered to. You don't have to take. Cause I went through a lot of meds, and some of them made me crazy. Like literally, some of them made me snap out. And so it just takes time to get to the right medication. And they help you with housing. They help you with everything. They help you live a good life. They really do. I would recommend it. Seriously.
Some good people there.
There's some good people there.
There's some good people there.
Yeah.
Now we mentioned the podcast, the books, the nonprofit organization. Now we're going to talk about the cooking.
Oh, I love to cook.
You mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
So you do catering.
Yep.
And the name of that catering is?
Donna's Home Kitchen. That was my mom's name.
Okay. So what can we get at Donna's Home's Kitchen? What can we get there?
Everything. I make everything. I love to make soul food.
Now don't get on this camera and say you can cook and we get some food from there and it ain't right.
Oh, it's good. It's real good.
Okay, then we're going to hold you to it now. We don't want no canned
Macaroni,
greens.
dressing.
We don't do the Kraft noodles and shit. We want some real
Oh,
macaroni.
yeah, that's what I should say. Duh. Everything's homemade.
Okay.
Everything's homemade. And, like, one of my big sellers is my egg rolls. So I put the sauce, my little special sauce, inside the egg roll so you don't need to dip it.
What kind of egg rolls?
Chicken, shrimp, or chicken and shrimp. And I'm working on coming out with some. I want to come out with some soul food egg rolls. I just don't know how I'm going to make them yet.
Okay, so if we want to get a catering, how do we get a catering from you?
So you just call me at 248-660-8661. I almost forgot my phone number.
See, there's the phone numbers out there for
Oh,
you
I got
if you
some
need a
business
catering.
cards. I didn't bring them.
Business cards. Don't worry about that. We'll
Okay.
they call that number. Say it again, slow.
248-660-8661.
Now, if you want some of that good old homemade soul food, get out of it. You do anything else outside of soul food? You do egg rolls, and you do soul food. Anything else?
No, I don't do anything like tacos and stuff like that. I don't do like stuff like that. I'm more of the old lady type style cooking woman.
What about desserts? You got desserts
No
on
desserts.
deck? No desserts?
I'm not a baker. No.
Well,
You don't want my dessert unless you want to.
see, now I'll shop with you because you kept it real. So you ain't gonna sit up there and say you can do desserts if you want them, but I don't. But you said, hey, I don't do it. So
I can bake you some Toll House cookies.
ain't nothing like the breaking bakes.
Do you do dinners or just
Yep, I do dinners.
Okay, so you
I do dinners, yeah.
dinners separately. You don't
Yeah.
have to get the catered.
Yeah. I had 2 small catering jobs. I started cooking in 2019, July 2019. Everything's in July. That's the day my mama died and the day and her birthday. So I was trying to make it a good month as opposed to a negative one.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you do something yearly on her birthday to celebrate her?
Just last year, me and my sisters were talking about that exact thing, and then COVID hit. So
Right.
we want to do something, but so I'm working on something. And after this pandemic is over, this pandemic that's real.
Right. It's real. It's real.
I'm going to come out with something.
Because I understand because I lost my mom a little while ago, and buddy right here, he lost his mom not too long ago, and
Okay.
it's not easy. It gets easier, but it never gets easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I tell people you never get over it; you just get used to it.
what I started doing was I basically on my mom's birthday I'd do something, and in memory of her, and it started helping me because I felt like I started looking forward to the day instead of dreading the day.
Yeah.
So I changed my energy on that because I used to be like,
Gotcha.
oh man. But
I used to literally think I would see her, and knowing she's dead, I used to torture myself until God gave me a vision, and it was of me walking with her dead body wrapped around my body, and me dragging her. And He said, "You cannot move forward." I was trying to walk forward. He said, "You can't move forward when you're holding dead weight,"
Right.
and that's so true. And I was torturing my mind, nightmares, everything. It was terrible.
Yeah. I lost my mom in 2002, and I paid her house phone bill until 2012, just so I can listen to the voicemail.
Wow,
So yeah,
it's not easy.
it's not easy. I went through it.
Yeah, not easy.
So we talked with Mac not too long ago. He was on Plug City. You were here,
Yeah.
and we were talking about all the talent. And when you think about Michigan, you probably don't even think about Pontiac. There's a lot of great people doing big things in Pontiac, artists, whether it's music. Can you talk about some of the people that you support that's from your city?
Well, I support Mac and Will and Binks. And,
Not just in music, but people that's doing things, period, in the city.
um, a lot of people. What's her name? Candy's shop. She sells clothes. Candy's boutique. Beauty Secrets by Candy. Thank you, Kiera.
Okay.
Beauty Secrets by Candy. I love their clothes, and they are good people. Who else? Oh, Yangtown Don't Back Down. Sean Preston.
Who's the person that does those jackets?
JC.
That's who?
JC Customs.
You know JC Customs? I know
What's
Will
his
got a
name?
jacket from
The
JC.
jackets and all that.
See, we didn't put you on blast. We got to edit this part out. 'Cause you don't-
Sorry, whoever you are.
No, she'd know once she see the jacket. She'd be like, oh, okay.
I think Will got
Yes,
one with Bart
um,
Simpson on it.
Davis does.
Dak Davis, he does that. That's what I thought you was talking about. And then there's John Contrell, who does what is his stuff called? I don't know. I'm horrible. Y'all shouldn't have put me on spot with this one. I'm trying to shout y'all out. Vita Michelle with Divine 26. Yeah, she has some beautiful clothing. It's a lot of people. A lot. It's a lot of talent in Pontiac. We not on the map for whatever reason.
My cousin
Everybody
Eric
wants-
Stubbs, he has
Who?
Eric Stubbs, he has Frost with My Son.
I don't know who that is.
I showed it to you, but you probably forgot to.
I probably was drunk.
We're going to edit that part out. So, we talked about the drug usage and how you indulged at one point.
Mhm.
Did you just break away cold turkey, or did you get help? And
No, I broke away cold turkey, but I dabbled and dabbled a little bit after that. But I just stopped. I was never addicted to drugs. I was just trying to do something to make myself feel better, which ultimately ended up fucking me up. So it wasn't hard for me.
And so, what would you recommend for someone that isn't as strong as you, that are on drugs, that just tried it because they're going through some stuff? What would you tell them to do?
Rehab.
What your
Rehab. I did go to rehab for alcohol addiction. That's been a problem for me for years. And there was a lot of people in there that were doing drugs, that were in there outpatient rehab or inpatient.
hmm
Rehab. There's nothing wrong with rehab. You meet the best people in rehab. Like, I wish it was fun for me, because for me, I'm a person, I can get with the program. Like, this is what we doing. Okay, that's what we doing. Okay, this is what we want to talk about. I'm going to talk. I'm going to get, if I'm going to a facility, I'm going to get all the help that they're offering. So if you need the help, go get it. Outpatient or inpatient rehab, go to CNS, counseling, Easter seals counseling. Like, they will help you.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about the word help is like we don't want it unless we ask for it. If somebody offers it to you, like for somebody else, like or tells you you need help, that's when we have a problem. It seems like,
That's true.
and it's crazy because like you named Easter seals. The reason why I know about Common Ground is they directed me to
To Easter
Easter
seals.
seals. It was my son that had issues,
Mm-hmm.
behavior issues in school,
Mm-hmm.
so they directed me there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been a blessing. Like he goes through counseling, and he had a lot of stuff on his mind that he didn't feel comfortable talking to me and his mom about. So he was able to talk to a counselor and work through those problems. So
And then give you everything you need. They give you a peer specialist. That's the person that's like you or I. Like you just kick it with them. Like this is what's going on today, or they make sure you good. They make sure you got everything you need at home, and then you got your counselor, and then you got your case manager. Then you always got management if you need them. They're not too far away where you can like if the peer specialist and them acting up. Because I know I had. Let me tell you about the peer specialist I had. This can I say bitch?
yeah,
This
yeah.
bitch.
Talk about that bitch.
Let me tell you. So this was crazy. Okay, so my ex-husband had been telling me at the time he's my husband about this ex-girlfriend named I ain't gonna say her name. I don't want to say her name, but that she was crazy, whatever. Anyway, I had this peer specialist and I loved her. I really did. And so she ends up coming over my house, and my husband comes upstairs and he runs right back downstairs. And I'm like, that's weird, but I ain't thinking nothing of it. As soon as she leaves out, he like, that's my ex-girlfriend. Now, mind you, I done told this woman everything about me and him.
Ooh.
I mean, I done told her every single detail, every dirty detail about my life. And she know who I am. She knew who I am the whole time. That right there was enough to fuck me up. So I had to have meetings with the management, everything. Like, that was enough for me to just be like, fuck this counseling shit, because I felt violated.
Yeah.
Still want to beat her ass.
Because you're telling your business to somebody who secretly know you and just all in.
I mean, we had got so close. I was telling her everything about me and him. And at the time, I was going through a rough patch in my marriage. So she would just suck it in all in. Just having her a good little time. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. Oh, music!
Yeah,
I
talk
forgot.
about music.
You didn't even mention music.
I
You
did
been here
not
all
mention
this time.
music.
She ain't said she did a song.
Oh my God.
I had no idea.
Rap, hum, nothing. She ain't said she did.
No, I used to. So I used to
a
leave.
song.
Oh my God.
I
She
had
ain't
no
sing,
idea.
rap, hum, nothing.
No, I used to. So I used to lead the choir. I used to be the worship leader. And now I'm coming into my own. I'm trying to sing all our R&B, and that's been a little rough for me. A little rough because I was so hurt by people in the church when it came to music. The black people were jealous. They did a lot of fuck shit to me, like a lot of fuck shit. Like nobody wanted to be a part of my group. And they created their own choir and left me alone. And then other people came. But I was
Tina turned you out the choir?
They did.
Wow.
They dogged me a lot because they didn't like me. Because I'm the one. If everything going wrong, if there's something going wrong, I'm the one gonna be like, "Excuse me." I'm always the one to stand out. I'm always the one that's against everything everybody else is doing. Like, no, I don't like this. This is wrong. And they didn't like that because it had something to do with them. So now I'm pulling your card. Now y'all don't want to fuck with me no more. But at first I was lead singer. Now I can't sing at all. So it was crazy.
Fast.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, but so because of that, they gave me a kind of a complex. Like I be feeling sad, or like, can I really do this? Can I really not? Should I do it? But Mac has been helping me out. He got me in the studio. That's my dog. I love Mac. Mac, I love you. But yeah. So I'm trying to sing a little R&B and make my own music, make my own, write my own songs. I still want to do gospel. I want to do both.
Have you got on any songs with Matt?
Yep. My first song.
What song is that?
It's called Vision of Love.
And that's on his album?
Nope, it hasn't came out yet.
Hasn't came out yet.
No, but I'm excited.
You excited about it?
Yes.
Okay. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like Pontiac got a lot of artists. Like a lot of artists. We didn't even know you was an artist before.
Yeah, I'm new.
Before Hank mentioned, before this young lady over here mentioned it, you wasn't gonna say nothing about
I forgot.
it. Wow.
She got a lot on her plate. She's
So-
working to it.
Are there any other artists in Pontiac that you like to work with? Outside of Will and Mac and Binks?
That I would like to work with.
Yes.
Oh my God, this girl named Anna. I don't think Anna in Pontiac though, but she got a beautiful voice.
Waterford, yeah.
Waterford. I like Turk singing. I like her music. Turk is crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love her music.
That pressure's so hard.
Yes, it do. That came on in the night right and I was with Turk at the time, and we was just what didn't care. We was going crazy in that mirror. I don't know anybody else.
I'm gonna have to get Turk on Plug City. Turk, come to Plug City.
Yeah.
If you see this, come on Plug City. So, music wise, have you thought about doing an album, or are you just like, I love to sing, so
Yeah.
I'm singing here and there, or are you planning to do like an album or an EP or something?
I'm gonna do an album. I want my first album to be called Secrets or Truth. I don't know which one yet, because it's all gonna be exactly how I feel on the inside. Because music is not music to me unless it's real.
I like Secrets or Truth.
Yeah.
No, like not
Both?
Secrets or Truth.
But
All
Secrets
the
or
Secrets
Truth.
or Truth.
Look, that's pretty good. Yeah.
That sounds dope to me.
Yeah.
Just call it Secrets or Truth. But
So I'm telling my business.
I just see you and Shotty doing the track. He brought it. I remember. He
Oh,
did one with
Shotty. I forgot about Shotty. Hi, Shotty.
He did one with
I love
Baby
Shotty.
and, at the Mill Dam Park. They got a video.
Yeah.
Yep, Shotty came to Pontiac.
This ain't about Shotty.
Oh.
I just went.
Oh Lord.
I just went. Hey, Shotty.
so, anything else you want to talk about? That you hiding, like your music?
Yeah, you hid the music for a long time. We talked about food,
I'm not hiding nothing.
rape, drugs. You didn't mention no music.
Look, I forgot about that. That's something new I'm doing. I forgot all about that. That's terrible. But
She's still trying to run.
I am. I'm
You
running.
shy when it comes to music?
Yes.
Oh my God! Tell my business. No, yeah, I am. It's crazy. I didn't used to be.
You know, the last person that sang, we had him sing on camera, but we ain't gonna do you like that.
Please don't.
I was just about to ask.
No, don't do it. We ain't gonna do you
That
like
was
that.
the next thing.
No, don't do it.
Well,
She sang though. She wasn't shy.
I'm shy.
No knock to you, but
I'm a little shy.
so when you drop your book, the new book, and by the time the new book come out in 6 months, can we be expecting any music by then?
Definitely. Yes.
Okay, so in 6 months, we'll have you back.
Okay.
So we'll be talking about the new book and the new album, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
you said a
got
whole
that on
album? She gotta have an album out in 6 months?
I mean,
I can
not
have an album.
but
How long did it take to put the album
I
out?
don't know. You shy.
okay.
You got.
No, I'm gonna do it. See, look, when I go into the studio, I have her with me. That's my support system right there. That's my baby. Okay,
Who
that's
is
my little
this?
cousin.
Who is this?
That's my little cousin.
We ain't got the cameras on. You can
That's
say
my
who
little
it
cousin
is.
Kiara. Look.
Kiara in the house.
Yeah.
She don't want to be on camera though. She's shy, covering up her face. She
No.
over here telling her all the answers though.
And then she telling all my business. Yeah. No, I have to. See, I'm the type of person, anytime I'm afraid of something, I have to face it. That's the only way to overcome your fear. That's how I've been able to overcome a lot of stuff. Because I have to face it. So, me singing about my business, because it's going to be all my business, me putting all my business in a book,
Her business, Kiara.
you know what I'm saying? My business, Kiara.
Don't tell it all.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. It's a must. I have to do it. So I'm gonna do it. So in 6 months, I should have an album. I'm gonna have an album. I'm gonna make myself have.
Don't
an
let
album.
Hank pressure you into putting out a
It
whole
don't have
album.
to be
It can
whole
be an
album.
EP. It can be a
EP.
couple of singles.
Just some music for us to hear and some things.
Yeah, there will be something. There will be something in 6 months.
That's what's up.
So shout out your podcast and everything you got going on again.
Yes, go check me out. And from Trial to Testimony, like my page on Facebook. Donna's Home Kitchen. I have a Donna's Home Kitchen page on Facebook. You can call me 248-660-8661. Go get the book from Trial to Testimony at Amazon, at Barnes and Noble. Be looking forward to the next book coming out. I'm so excited about that book. And yeah. And then I'll have some music in 6
Thanks,
months.
Hank.
Thanks, Kier.
I want some shrimp egg rolls. What do I do about what can I do about that? And how fast can I get them? I'm serious. I want some.
Okay. Where you stay? In Detroit?
I don't. I stay in Southfield. I'll come get them though.
Oh, okay. Well, what's today?
Saturday.
Today's Saturday.
Today's Saturday.
I can make you some on Wednesday.
All right, bet. There it is. See, 4 days? That's all it takes. You want some egg rolls? Homemade? Just holler at her. 4 days.
Homemade, they good too, honey.
All right. So we thank you for coming by Plug City. It was definitely a blessing to have you here. I had no idea of all the things that you did. You do a lot of things. You've been through a lot, and you just keep pushing because a lot of people would crumble under the same circumstances or half the circumstances. So you're inspiring. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Let me check my schedule.